We continue here tonight. Joburg Emergency Services says 14 people have been confirmed dead after flash floods hit the Jukskei River yesterday. The bodies were discovered. Let's get the latest now from our reporter Ahmed Kajee, who's been tracking it. Ahmed, good evening to you. Absolutely devastating that you have what is this very spiritual ritual taking place, claiming the lives of so many people.
Very much so. Good evening, Kathy. That's a big part of what we have seen today. A devastating and very sad news coming out of the north of Johannesburg here. The Joint Operations Center was based out here at the Sandton fire station. That's where most of the operations for the search and recovery was being centered from, and many of the family members of the victims actually coming through to identify the bodies as well. Overnight, there were 2 bodies that were recovered. Initially, we had initially thought that there were 15 people missing. Another one was then recovered earlier this morning, and then throughout the rest of the day, we had seen a lot more bodies coming through. Robert Molaudzi just a few moments ago saying between the course of yesterday and today, after those 2, we are seeing the total number of bodies which have been discovered up to 14. Now, the initial amount was 15 people that were missing, but after interacting and engaging with many of the family members who were here this afternoon, emergency services say that that number could be even higher, because certain members obviously weren't, once they had registered all of their names and the people that were missing, that number could exceed 15 as well. Those emergency operations, those emergency service operations will continue tomorrow for the search and the recovery of those bodies as well. But for the family members who came here today to identify the bodies of their loved ones, absolutely devastating scenes. Many of the ladies and some of the men coming out here collapsing on the ground as well during going through such extreme emotions, finding out that their loved ones have passed on. And to just paint a picture that we had spoken to Robert Molaudzi earlier on, he says that due to the unfortunate nature of in circumstances such as this one, identifying a body such after perhaps 24 hours or after 18 hours of being swept down a river, the person's body tends to normally be hit by rocks, being cut in the water as well, and having been injured and bruised overnight. The state of the body that the deceased would be in is exceptionally disturbing, and that's what makes it even more difficult for the victims' families coming through to identify their loved ones as well. The operations had started from late last night, heading throughout the day. Because of today, operations have wrapped up for today, and then we'll obviously continue into tomorrow. Kathy.